Hello, I'm LaShonda, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I decided here recently that I wanted to have my own personal channel. I am the creator for Ever Journey Media, which is a platform. It's a faith-based, Christian-centered platform with educational content. And it's my labor of love, my God assignment. And, I do that on a daily basis, really. I had major surgery in 2022. I had double jaw surgery. And so the idea of being public again and coming on and talking and being social in the space of social media, I had kind of honestly put that on a serious back burner because I just didn't feel comfortable. There was a lot of healing going on, a lot of therapy, a lot of, I'll just put it, just trials and tribulations of that entire cycle, that entire process of pre, during, and post. And so speaking, the ability to speak and enunciate and not feel fatigue when I speak was a challenge. And I just honestly I put that part of my life off. I was like, listen, I will find something else to do. I will find something else to do. So a little bit about myself. First of all, thank you for being a subscriber. People actually take the time to review your content and subscribe. To me is a very humbling place. And so I say humbly, thank you for taking the time to look at my content. So a little bit about me. So I am a hibernated singer. I'm an independent recording artist. I have written songs with other artists. I produce singles of my own during the period of 2018 up until 2022. And I was in the very beginning stages of producing my own EP. I had this bright idea that I was going to take the music industry by storm. So I started my own record label and I was going to produce my own stuff. People would ask me, like, were you ever in the industry, like the industry, quote unquote? I will say that I was around it, but I was never, I feel like God protected me from the industry. But I was in the industry from a peripheral standpoint. And what I mean by that is when I was 19, I would go around to the labels. I was being shopped to the labels and nobody was picking me up. And that was during the times when, let's face it, everybody wanted to be picked. Everybody wanted to sign on the dotted line, right? And I was no exception. I was one of those girls because I could write. And so I'm 19 years old and I'm going around to all of these labels and nobody's saying yes. And it was, it just wasn't in the Lord's plan for me to have that experience. But I did have an amazing mentor. And he's since passed on now. He wrote songs for the Spinners, Elton John, excellent mentor. And he taught me things that I felt were really guardrails of protection. And I'm grateful for that because he really inspired me to go off on my own and do the homework and do the research and create your own path, and not wait for someone to choose you. Because I remember going to a label and one of the A&Rs was like, what are you going to do if nobody picks you up? Like, what is your plan? And as a 19-year-old, I didn't have a plan. I was like, I'm going to march in there and I'm going to be a famous songwriter, right? And, in hindsight, I was like, my plan is going to be, I'm going to create my own table. And that's just what I did. Was it the top 100 song on the billboards? No, but I found my niche. I found my audience. Nostalgia, 80s kind of R&B vibe. Joe told me that my songwriting style reminded him of Linda Creed. And I didn't know who she was at the time, but I was curious because he would tell me things, but he wouldn't like point them out. He wanted me to be curious and research and study these people and figure out like what elements of what I was doing was matching with what they were doing. And so I appreciated that because he didn't force feed things to me, but I was just so like, I was so in, what's the word? I was very respectful of his craft. And when we did spend mentor time together, I was the sponge. I was taking notes. I was listening. What I do remember is he empowered me to be independent and not wait for someone to pick me. So that's what I did. And it took a while. It wasn't something that happened overnight. I spent many, many years in studios understanding my voice and what it could do and how certain tones resonated in recordings, how to stack vocals, how to um, really get the best recording artist experience. Um, the performing part came later, but um, and by the time I put out my own stuff, I didn't really care about the notoriety or if I was going to have any traction with my music. I just really didn't care about that. What I cared about was making sure that the sound and the music and the lyrical content was authentic to my experiences, and that each and every song had a message but had a resolution to the message. That was important to me, and my imagery was important. Like I wanted to portray who I really was in real life. And so that was during a time when people were doing a lot of the um, twerking and taking your clothes off kind of thing. And that wasn't my thing. My thing was I wanted to portray and show class and a little bit of elegance and um, leaving things to the imagination and not just putting it out there. My songs were about love, peace, being honored, being respected as a woman in relationships. And so um, I felt good about the fact that I was in a position where I could have a voice and have a say and go to the folks that were assisting me with art and imagery and photo shoots and have a say in what that looked like ultimately. Like I was able to have a direct hand in my music experience that the Lord imparted and gave me. But when that time period came around for me to release my first single, it was so euphoric. It was like my birthday times 1,000, because I was able to take something from nothing and create a space and time. It was my way of leaving a little fingerprint in the music landscape space. So I was happier than anyone you could have imagined. Probably one of the happiest times of my life was hitting that button and going live with my own music. So if any of you are aspiring independent artists, I would encourage you to understand your craft. Don't just jump into it. Really take your time with your project. And ultimately, I will say this, 2018, I released a song called Wash That Man. And up to the time when I stopped recording because of the surgery, um, the flowers that I was to receive, I received them. I'll say that. You know what I mean? Like, there were people in the industry that I respected. I respect to this day, and they liked it. So my thing was, okay, I got whatever flowers I was supposed to get for that time, and then the surgery happened. The music was everything. The music was therapy. The music was elation, being able to do something, take something from nothing and turn it into something. So, what do I want this channel to achieve? Honestly, being authentically me, sharing key aspects of my life, any wisdom that I've learned or that I can learn from y'all. I'm here for that too. And really just to be salt and light to everyone that I encounter, because that's what it's about. So I don't have this formal charter for this space, but I do want it to be something that I can look back on years from now and feel really proud about, because that's what it's about. So respectful space. I'm going to be talking about my love for Jesus and my transformation, and just really surrendering my life and making him the focal point of my daily interactions, my daily life, my daily walk. If you do nothing else today, nothing else, be kind. Be kind to one another. Kindness costs nothing. You don't have to expend a lot of energy to be kind. You don't know, you will never know what your fellow man could be going through, experiencing. Just your smile, your ability to connect with someone goes a long way. So don't miss opportunities to engage in your humanity. Don't miss opportunities, because I'm telling you, some of the most, what I thought were benign encounters were some of the most profound, life-changing moments when I was kind to somebody. And you don't have to know them to be kind. I'm going to do a whole separate video, because I know a lot of people will probably be interested in the double jaw surgery discussion, but I'm probably going to have to do that in parts, because there were so many things that went on with that. There's the pre-surgery preparation, and then there's the during the surgery, like just the preparation to get the surgery. There were a lot of things that went on with that. The thing that they don't tell you about post-op is that post-op lasts for years. Yes. We'll talk about it. But I want to do those as separate videos because it's a lot. And I know I'm probably going to attract a sub population of people that have gone through that surgery. It's a lot. And it's a lot for people over a certain age group too. So, but I survived it. Oh, did I survive it? I kicked its butt, actually. I'll say this, and I'll do separate videos. Don't have that surgery if you don't absolutely need it, because it's nothing to play with. We're talking about. See, it's one thing to break a leg, break a finger, break an ankle, but baby, we talking about your face. It's your face. It's your face. All the ear, nose, and throat. Your neck, your forehead, your back gets impacted by that surgery. Yes. So it's not something that you just want to haphazardly go into. You want to make sure that you absolutely need it, because it is it's life changing. Yep. That's what I'll say about that. And on that note, thank you for being here. Um, and yeah, we'll just chat. It'll just be a series of chats. Thank you.